Welcome to the webinar organized by the Slovenian Business Club and our organization Slovenian Global Business Network, connecting Slovenian entrepreneurs, leaders, executives all over the world with entrepreneurs in Slovenia. We want Slovenian business diaspora and top entrepreneurs from their homeland to strengthen Slovenia's economic presence around the world. With a stronger connection between the two groups of Slovenian entrepreneurs, we believe that the power of Slovenian entrepreneurship on world markets will be even stronger. Our guest of honor today, Mr. Marino Furlan, is the founder and president of Intra-Lightering. A man with a clear vision, bold plans, and great work enthusiasm. He's always heavily involved in product development, a visionary and a master of the art of intra-lighting, manufacturer of architectural lighting and solutions that employs more than 300 people. He became involved in entrepreneurship immediately after graduating in mechanical engineering. In the late 80s, with his wife, Marieta, a fashion designer, they have entered the world of lighting, and 10 years later, founded their own company. Intra-Lighting established itself as a leading provider of architectural lighting in the 30s. He swears by innovation, creativity, and dedication. His company works intensively with architects, lighting designers, interior designers, and industrial designers worldwide. Their lamps and company are the recipients of the highest and most prestigious design awards. The art of lighting, that's what Intra-Lighting is. My name is Mateja Perovšek-Cekini. I'm the executive director of the Slovenian Global Business Network and co-host of this monthly program together with Mr. Goran Okovic, the executive director of the Slovenian Business Club. Mr. Goran today will moderate the main part of the event and talk to our special guest. But before I give the floor to Mr. Nokovic, we apologize for the absence of the president of the Slovenian Business Club, Dr. Jurek Knez. He couldn't join us, unfortunately, today because he's on his well-deserved vacation. But first, I would like to give the word to Mr. Štefan Bogdan Šalej, the founder of Slovenian Global Business Network. Please, Mr. Šalej.
Yeah. Dober dan, lepo pozdravljeni. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. and Mr. Furlan, Ms. Mateja, and Mr. Goran, thank you very much. We are very happy to join our efforts to globalize and to increase the Slovenian business abroad with Slovenian Business Club. This is our second meeting, and I'm especially very happy today that we have as a guest Mr. Furlan. Why? Because I used to work 40 years in the lighting business. My company, Teknovat, or not my company, but the company that I used to work and be a founding partner and CEO later on. We were our main products was in urban lighting and industrial lighting. And I have to confess publicly something that I never talked before. I was very afraid to come in the business of the interior or decorative lighting. In the 40 years I ran the company, we never be able to come to this field, which was Mr. and Mrs. Furlan leading company. Why? Because it's much more difficult than the urban lighting, than the industrial lighting, than the public lighting. The innovation is accordingly each customers every day. And it's not only the taste, it's not only the technical issues you have to solve, but the issues much more complicated. So we simply were not able to cope with these challenges in the character lighting. So I admire you very much as your former colleague, let's say, in some way, and I admire your creativity, your innovation, and especially I admire your globalization as well, and the succession that you made in the company in a very professional way. It's not difficult to run the company in this field with the strong competition, especially for your neighbors in Italy, with the countries known with strong design, let's say, and strong image around the world in this field. And it's not easy to be present in 68 countries. We have now here the guests from all around the world. I don't mention from Argentina, from Brazil, from African countries, from Europe, from United States, from Canada, Mr. Chlebania as well, a good friend of us, from the industrialists. But you can count also with us and all of you, because the Slovenian Global Business Network is not just connecting the partners. It's not connecting only the Slovenians in Slovenian business diaspora abroad. Just give you the address and go there and we check he's nice and good guy, Slovenian guy, you can do the business. No, we are the part of the strategy to increase the Slovenian presence around the world, using the Slovenian diaspora and increasing also the business of Slovenian diaspora in Slovenia with Slovenes abroad. So welcome. Thank you very much, Mr. Goran and Mateja, and Mr. Furlan. Thank you very much to be here, and we hope that we will meet again with a lot of new business activities. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Shale, for your words. And now I will pass my word to Mr. Goran Okovic. Please, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mateja. Thank you, Stefan, for these words. Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to host Mr. Marino Furlan, the entrepreneur and the artist of lighting. Mr. Furlan is an amazing person, so I would like to give him the floor as soon as possible. Only two short information. You are very welcome to notice questions for Mr. Furlan already during his presentation in the chat rubric. The answers will follow after the presentation. In addition, it will be possible to ask Mr. Furlan anything you wish after his presentation by raising your hand or by the chat rubric as well. I suggest to start, Mr. Furlan. You are welcome. The virtual floor is yours.
Thank you, Goran, and thanks to all connected to this webinar, and especially I don't see all names, but Nada Maticic for sure is thank you to be connected, and Joy from States, hello, and normally to all other. I need to connect. Okay. Oh, I have the problem how to connect myself.
Okay, we'll solve the problem.
Секунда да се наложи.
Just a moment.
Okay.
Okay, we see it now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Did you hear me before?
Yes, we hear you.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Goran and Mateja, to introduce myself in my presentation, and hello to everybody connected to the webinar. I'm not sure that you listened before, because I saw in participants Nada Maticic, very good designer, and also my colleague from United States, Joy. So I will start with my presentation, because we are limited with time, and what I want to explain is more or less our philosophy, how we manage the design, so the design management. My design management or design is not just the beauty competition, but it's much, much more than that. So I will show you just a short video about the company.
Mr. Marino, is everything okay? Do you need maybe help?
I think.
Mr. Furlan?
Yes?
Yes, is there any problems? Because we don't see the video. We see
Really?
just the first part of it. Just start position.
So I don't know, the video is running.
But why don't you see the video?
Do you see? Is everybody else see the video?
No, no.
No? Okay.
I do see. Maybe everybody should push take control. The button take control.
No, that's for the presentation.
Yes, but only when I did that, I could see the video. Before, I couldn't see the video either.
I think you...
Shall I test again?
Yeah. Yeah, this is what I wanted to suggest. Let's try again and try again to start the video. I suggest this would be the best solution.
Okay. Oh, I need
The presentation.
Yes.
No, I need to
upload.
enter. Yeah. You need to give me permissions, Matea.
It's uploading, so just a second.
Okay.
Sasha is the technical person.
I suggest that we start again. If it wouldn't work, just continue then with the other part of presentation, if you agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I agree.
Okay, we see the presentation now.
Yeah. This is my lovely wife. Already 60, but is looking nice still. I tried to switch on the video again. I hope that you can see.
It's working.
Perfect.
Did you see the video?
Yes.
What happened?
It doesn't work anymore. I suggest just start the presentation again and go on, if you agree, Mr. Furlan.
Okay.
Okay.
Without video.
Without video. Okay. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Ana mi daš tu vodu, prosti?
What kind of water do you like? Because I wanted to ask you at the end what kind of the wine you like during this.
A plus from
A+,
Goriška
okay.
Brda. I'm a red.
Now we see the presentation. We can start.
And
Right?
the white wine, there are many very good.
Okay. We see the presentation now, Marino, and we can start.
Yeah. Okay, I skip the video. So I go to our beginning in 1989 when we started our company, me and my wife. So today we are 380 people, and here are just a few photos from a new factory, one of the 3 new factories, but this is new. We became entering this factory in October 2020. So the most important thing in our company for sure is the creativity and innovation and logic. But to do that, so you need a lot of great people to follow all activities what the company needs. And working together on knowledge and creativity and experience for sure is necessary also a lot of passion. And passion is always connected with the results. And doing well, then the passion is coming not only, but is very important point. So the Interlighting has 3 production plants, one in Slovenia, the main one, and then in Croatia and in Serbia. Then we have already 6 companies, subsidiaries, sister companies, and 6 representative offices worldwide. Number of employees today is over 380 in presence in 68 countries, what you see on the map, and already is running 32 years of our activities. Turnover of mother company is 34 million. So last year was a little less because of COVID, but still very good result. And the group is over 40 million. What is very important, not because just is modern in these days, sustainability, but we are really focused in green already over 10 years, because we are really taking care about recyclable material to be used in our products. And also, I can tell in the old factory, we already got 60% of energy we consume by solar panels. In a new factory, we are installing in the end of this year the new power plant, which is covering 100% of electricity plus a little electricity for the electric car, what we are going to buy in near future. So to be well organized and to be sure what you're doing, for sure is laboratories a very important point, because if I look 10 and over years back, we was testing in other laboratories and we found many times not professional aspects from the laboratories, and that was the decision that in 2012 we installed completely our equipment, and today we can measure everything is necessary in lighting. So that's important for our credibility and to know exactly what we are doing, to be much more faster. But for sure is helping also to measure other, and sometimes we are a little shocked because also serious company are doing a little crazy results. We are testing for sure all general data, because Luminaire you need to have all precise data, because then you're installing computer and you can do simulation. But for sure is also our internal rule for quality is much higher and more restrictive than the ENEC rules for European Union or rule for United States. So we are testing in more critical limits. So this is also connected with a huge range, and yearly we produce from 4 to 10 new families. And also I can say in last from 2009 more or less we started to receive a lot of design awards. So today we are present normally on local market, but we are more focused just in 3. One in Europe, that's Red Dot, in United States Design Award, and in Japan Good Design. So the rest is just sometimes. And so this is also the case, because doing testing and taking care about the quality and materials and control, so it's also depending of our supplier. And so I can say that we have a lot of developing supplier which are already involved in our new product family, in new design, in new innovation, and that give us the opportunity to guarantee for 7 years for our luminaires, and normally it's based on 100% testing and controlling process. So today is everything done by computer, and in future we are also thinking to add also camera for our customer. When the product is on assembling line, they can also follow their products. Normally the high internal standards, what I said before, are the reason to be sure when we guarantee 7 years. Everything is made in Europe, so we are not that we don't want to work with China or some other countries, but we want to be sure with our supplier, and it's quite tough to enter in our process, and selling in so many countries always. Also, sometimes we do mistake, but we are able to solve the mistake. When you have the material from everywhere, that's quite impossible. So in our philosophy, it's also very important that we focus everything on end user. So end user, I mean human, or at home, or in hotel, or in workspace, office, or factory, or museum, or any type of projects we are doing. So the user is the number one what we take care. Normally the space what architects are creating or interior designer are something where these people are moving in, and our main focus is to make a solution. So solution doesn't mean Luminaire. Luminaire is number 4. Luminaire is a reason or a way how to create the right solution for space and for end user. So this is already many years our main straight and focus. But normally you need to ask always yourself, what is the reason when you do the solution? So what's the most important? What's the other things what you need to answer? And for sure, it's always important to get for right light solution. So to understand the style, what the architect, or lighting designer, or interior designer are creating. Normally, always respecting human. Then it's always budget. What is maybe the limitation? And based on that, we can create for sure best lighting solution. So that means like a slow food restaurant. So you just select the way, you say how much time you have, and that's the more or less very similar. That's also the point after many years of study, what could be our philosophy or our rule, what we need to respect in any moment, in any department, in anything we do in the company. We found the solution that we are doing the light where is necessary, when is necessary, and just enough. Because that means we can create everything in the best way is possible. For sure, there are some situations when we have many hybrid lights with which we can create always different situations, like this picture. But this is done for human, or dynamic light, or what they say, human-centric light. Or another case where we can play with different solutions for the same place. There is just one case. Or when we do the architectural graphics. So there are so many lines to follow in a lighting. And lighting is something what human need. So we know that in dark space you cannot move, but also in spaces are important the details, the contrasts, humans. So we can make always a romantic place. Even if it's a working office space, we can create more than that. And so we're proud also for the trust of very important worldwide names doing their buildings. And one of them, so it's just few, is for sure Microsoft, not just European headquarters for Europe, but also in many other countries. The same thing. So there are huge buildings, like 10,000 people in. Then is also Google, same thing, many Google. This, for example, because it's far in Australia, so it's the new city center where is the biggest skyscraper. This is the building done in wood, connecting skyscrapers, and they are more or less restaurants and a beautiful place. Interior or very creative space where you need to follow interior. Also Ferrari for sure is our one of our very important customer. Facebook, absolutely, multinational. Then in this case, it's just one of the biggest, very big shopping malls we made in many countries. And this is the biggest tower in Australia, is the Crown Casino, huge hotel. So it's also our project, Lakhta Center in Moscow, also skyscraper. Then also in Expo, which is starting in October, we made one of the buildings, main buildings, which is remaining also in the future, not just not just the country, cum se reče, te hiške na Expo tu. Not only pavilions for each country. And what's the crossover, what we need to think always when we are speaking about lighting. So lighting industry, if you look is like a car industry, changing completely. And this happened 6-7 years ago, and very, very fast. And this change is still running because LED is not the intelligence what you use, because you have also the shitty LED. So doing in the right way is future. Normally today, more and more things are connected, and we need to ask why all these changes in technology and also product complexity. So today you don't have any more in professional lighting bulbs. So they are on the market, but that's, I can say, bullshit. So the real lighting technology is everything integrated because of colors, because of quality of rendering, of stability, of flickering. So all these mistakes are in bulbs. And individuality also is something what people appreciate, because if you look that everybody has the same shirt, same color, same everything, I think the people are not happy. So individuality and creativity is really a big challenge, because everything we build is like a Lego. So Lego colors and functionality are changing rapidly. So it's just how to put together. And big data for sure are entering in lighting, because if you look near future, for sure the light is the way how to transfer the data. And normally also influence of social media is very, very important. And this is based on 32 years, we never left anybody worldwide with problems. Even we made a mistake, we always solve the problem. And that's something what we can lose immediately, because social media today is destroying you lying immediately. And how we can give an answer to all of this? So this is non-stop work to be authentical, to not copy anything, to think about human, what I said before, to think about spaces, what we can create, what is not available today. And these are for sure the main direction of our company. Normally, how to present is always the challenge, to be understandable. And authenticity is for sure not a marketing trick. You need to be long-term following this way. So the golden circle is telling what's important, and this is really true, because first of all, when we start something or anything, so we need to ask ourselves why we do that, why they need that, why is all this direction, and after that is how and what. And going on why is always human need, and architectural space is the first. And doing that is design for sure became already the culture of the company. And we believe that with our solution, we are doing really the best for human and spaces. And this is not depending on the culture of the language of the religion. So more or less everywhere is similar. So human aspects are same. How to do that? Always respecting our main rule. So the light need to be only where is needed, only when is needed, and just enough for that reason. And when we speak about what, so we are for sure not only the supplier of Luminaire. Luminaire in our case is on the number 4. So the people and experience of our people. Without experience in lighting, believe me, is impossible to create something amazing. And quite a very good experience are coming many times from theater, from film, because you need really to play. So in real life, in everyday things, normally is not so complicated because you cannot have so many different luminaires to create all that. And the energy efficiency is more connected with our philosophy. Light where is needed, when is needed, and as much is needed, because with that we save really energy, not with control. Control is influencing not a big percentage. And normally with 7-year warranty, we are really trustful what is the case to decide for a purchase. And always is connected with all three arguments, and normally also with design and simplicity, modularity, efficiency, patience in the end is the key. Key question for a new design is always to ask why we need a new luminaire, where we need, in which architectural application, and what we can add, like innovation or technology or new material or new electronics. Normally, we always need to focus on cost control and also price positioning, because people are looking also on that. So I will try to show you just one case, which is a product is following any direction for general lighting. So we made this for several projects, some already realized, many on paper, where we are really unique in the world. And I try to switch on. I don't know if you can see. Maybe we get the same problem. We are still connected.
I see. I missed the presentation.
Okay. Let me is running. Maybe it's downloading.
But it's still not working. Sasha, can you help?
No, I can't. It's better to skip the video.
Everybody should press play.
Okay.
No, it's not working like that. It's the presentation. So
Maybe we try.
Okay, just a moment. We found a solution. Everybody should click by himself
The video.
the video. It will work for everybody. Yes, and we wait for some minutes or seconds and it will be done. Just try to click on the arrow.
Vsak sam si mora zagnati video, ne? Če ne more delati. Zdaj bodo si pogledali, tako da malo počakajte.
Yes, we will wait for some time that everybody can watch by clicking on the play the video. Marino, do you know maybe how much time it is needed for the video?
No, it's not a long. It's 2 minutes.
Okay, then I suggest that we wait for a minute and a half.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is another video. So there are 3 different. This is more for installation.
Okay.
So the video on the right, 1 minute and 43 seconds, is the general presentation. On the right side of the screen.
Marino, I see only one video if I see.
No, on the
Product.
right side on YouTube, I have.
Okay, I understand. Yes.
So on the right side.
Open, yeah.
1.43. That's the right one. It's 1 minute and 40 seconds.
Okay, cool.
So this is for installation. Maybe it's less interesting. I suggest everybody to switch on 1.43 on the right side of the YouTube screen.
Marino, should we go on now?
Yeah.
Okay, I suggest that we continue the presentation. You're welcome.
Okay. I need to switch this one. Yeah. Okay, that's this is the product to follow the curves and in modern architecture, very flexible in any direction, modular like Lego, efficient and normally simple for installation. What's the key in details of new design? Always are important. So everything is without screws, clicking, magnets, turning. Normally, you need to have also very good instruction of assembling or maintenance. Otherwise, you can destroy it. But that's are important elements. Normally, modularity, because we need to be flexible and fast in delivery, because the where is now presentation? I lost.
Okay, we will solve it. Sasha, please help to.
Nada. Hello.
Presentation again.
Is no voice. Downloading. To pa zmeri problem s temi Teamsi.
No problem. This is the virtual world.
Yeah. No, it's not happening just today, so it's a usual problem.
It still seems that realistic world is more stable.
Yeah, and it's nicer because
Yes.
meeting people is nice. See their moving, see their eyes and feelings. Video is not the same.
When the presentation is here,
I
suggest just to skip some slides. We will be there.
Okay, next. So I already spoke about graphics and also about new design. So I go faster now because more or less is the same. So always is the reason how to make the light, or with a normal LED with different color going up and down, or controlled. So they are simple situations, but they are very important how you with what you do and what's under control. Normally, minimalistic design, always, if you look hotel, usually you have a phone and the lamp. I don't need. I need the switch for my mobile or tablet and space where to put it. So today everything is changing in philosophy and in small, big functionality and everything. So these are just the cases where we are in general. For sure is something important. We are now working already several months to make our new light experience center, where we are going to create many things. And for sure, one of the most important spaces or room are feeling of the human. So we have 5 senses, and we try to create in totally dark, very acoustic, comfortable, and clean air to feel one by one all human senses. Normally, the first is taste, which is not connected with light, for sure, also in the future, but all the rest, for sure, it is. But coming back, if we spoke also about taste and light, we can create with the light better taste or the right feeling, or the food is different color. So also that could be the advantage, but this is for sure not a main focus. Normally light is the last one. Then is emotion. Emotion is connected with light and normally with all other senses. So this is going to be one of the first meeting when somebody new come to Intra. Normally also a light museum, but we are restricted with the space. For sure we are going to do in 3D or in video to explain, because if you don't know the history of light, you difficultly understand the future. And it's important. Normally there are also other spaces, real, virtual, and everything to explain a real solution. Why we do that? Because sometimes experience is more negative than positive, and sometimes we need to unlearn to relearn again. And the Light Experience Center for sure is one of the things to go on that direction for our employees, for employee of our customers, subsidiaries, and everybody. Normally also to explain to the professional things, how light is influencing on several different materials, reflective, with contrast, with shadows, and so on. So sales process sometimes is very simple, and this is also very important, how to build the structure of the company that everybody understands in the same way. Because many times happened, if I look 20 years ago or even in our other companies. So this is the product they are doing, and the sales department is understanding is selling the hotel. And what is buyer understanding always is different. And without clear and clever presentation is happening immediately. So then is coming the order in the factory, and what factory understands to do, or the installers. So when they are looking instruction, there is empty. Installation for sure is always wrong, and we see many times the luminaire, if we fix in one position, also on the building is fixed in the same position, because installer are usually not turning in the right position. So that's necessary to do after. And normally the customer always think that is buying the miracles, and the buyer need was completely something different. So this is just a joke how the sale process is running. So we try to avoid all that, and really working on understandable strategy and understandable rule, but using the creativity and logic of people. So that's for sure is the most important point. And the customer are very, very delicate because today is available everything from anywhere, any part of the world. And when it's nice, for sure is important for purchase. But what I said before, only nice is not design management. It's just simple competition. But when we are able to explain and the customer understand also the new need or the new possibility, then for sure is something added to all that, and understanding also the value. So and when you reach that your topic is also the topic of conversation, like some brands which are called by name of brand, not of product, then that's a maximum. But that's really tough to achieve. But altogether is a good design. And if we go in the car, because mainly also ladies understand the cars, the difference, and we look at the Land Rover Velar, the beautiful car too, and also Skoda Kodiaq, also a nice car. So when we look together, so they have the same dimensions, same weight, same technology are in, same engine, automatic, comfort, so everything is the same. So just from outside they are looking different. But why so big difference in price? So double. So this is not only design is influencing on price, it's technology and also brand. So if you look, Land Rover was big brand, they lost, they are coming again back. So Skoda was the same, but much further, and today is coming back, and we will see what is happening in these days. If you go in the new trend, so electricity. So today electricity is really doubling every year the numbers. And we look the Tesla or Jaguar or Chinese NIO. So what's the difference between them? Same dimension, weight, technology, 400 kilometer battery pack, 400 horsepower, comfort, safety, everything is same. Why so big differences in price? So the design on new things are involving not just design, technology, and experience, but it's also new trend, very important, and normally also brand. And brand value is something which is nowadays generally in electric cars. What you can consider about future Skoda? Did you could consider that it's really a beautiful car, innovative? So how to build a brand is for sure manage of all these segments. The design absolutely is key, but it's also new technology. And we spoke about new experience. So also that is not only electricity, it's also changing because car is always the same. And if you look lighting, it's changing now. The trend is changing. And warranty for sure is something which is always to consider, because this is many times everybody is telling I have a 5-year warranty, but they have only on paper. So you need to really have that. And maintenance is very important. So Skoda became a brand with this new car? I believe yes. Is Intra a brand? We are doing everything is necessary. And still we are trying to be better in the future. So thank you very much. I finished.
Marino, thank you very much for all your presentation, for all videos, for all amazing products. I would like to invite now all our participants. If there is anybody that would like to ask Mr. Furlan anything, you can just put the question in the chat rubric or raise your hand, click on the raise your hand, and then you can just switch the camera and ask Marino anything about his presentation. In the meantime, I would like to ask Marino some questions maybe from my side. You are talking about design of lighting. Okay, it's very important that it's connected to the more profit, as you mentioned, but is it real the exact word for the lighting? Maybe better art or philosophy or science of the lighting?
So lighting could be everything, because you enter in art. So this is the art, because understanding light is not understanding luminaire only. So you need to understand people, space, and light. The luminaire is number 4. So you can create with that, but you need to understand how to do it that. And this is the art. This is based on experience, because if you have the light and you can test at home, if you switch the light and you see that the light is coming on your surface. So, but you don't see the light. So you cannot tell how much light is in the space, because our eye are not able to do. Then could be art also scientist direction, because the future is going more and more in combination to influence the body of the people. We are doing a patent now with a specially made LED chips to create the exact frequencies what we can receive from our nature, from the sun. And they are very important in certain segments like cortisol, melatonin, so it's the basics for our life. And many workplaces are completely dark, not only in the control centers like nuclear power plants, refinery or similar, or military, but in many other cases. So we are always trying to copy nature, not to copy our competitors. So I don't want to see what our competitors are doing.
Interesting. Mr. John Doma is with us today. Mr. Doma, you are welcome to ask Mr. Furlan your question.
Good morning, Mr. Furlan. John Doma here. I'm in Canada. Wonderful and amazing company, and you can see your passion for your company and the solutions you provide. So I have it in Canada here. Unfortunately, I don't know a meter, about 16,000 square feet facility. We're about 10-meter high ceilings, and maintenance is always an issue. And we've transitioned some LED lighting, but I'd like to do more. Now, do we deal with your team for solutions? I have large windows, and the lighting is always a bit of an issue. So I'm looking for two things. One is a solution that doesn't require me very much maintenance, to have to replace bulbs. And number two, you talk about the appropriate lighting in our office, the luminaires, as you mentioned. I'm an accountant, so I'm not an engineer or lighting person, but we have tenants in our building, and we'd like to get them the appropriate sort of engineered lights that you seem to offer.
Yeah, yes. So empty space is impossible to make the right lighting. So always you need to understand what you are going to do on the bottom or in the space. That's always the case number one. And how much light you need. For sure, the professionally made luminaire today, not with bulbs for sure, practically need to work for next 10 to 15 years without touching anything. So it's more or less similar, like electric car is going by maintenance from 15 to 20,000 to 50,000, but I believe also 100. So we are limited But in the industry, what we do is also 1,000 hour we guarantee. Normally, you need to understand the space, also the temperature, what you're doing. If you use some dangerous chemicals like sulfur or chlor, which is dangerous for LED. So then you need to understand. So the solution is always based on need.
So do we work with your team, or do I have to engage somebody in Canada, your suppliers? They would help me provide a solution. Just
so we are now in United States. So we are registered in Pennsylvania, but our offices are in New York, Manhattan. And we have already 2 colleagues. Because of COVID, we stopped a little our activities because in States or worldwide was the same problem. And last week was visiting here headquarters, and so the situation is better. And so now we are going to move more people. And in Canada, I don't know exactly. I think in Montreal we have somebody who is already dealing. So the service could be done from here, but I think it's better that's from the States or from Canada, because we need to speak, we need to understand space. So who is doing? Then we are behind. Okay, with okay, that solution or that solution, what's better, especially in the beginning with somebody.
Thank you. Fala.
Okay.
Thank you too.
Thank you, John. Thank you, John. Marino, you talked about Canada and United States, but Mrs. Maria Flavia was very impressed by you. She wrote down, "Congratulations, we want interlighting in Brazil."
Thank you.
Any information for her?
Nice. So in Brazil, we are not yet.
Okay.
We are in Panama, Chile, Colombia, and also one country in mid America. So
okay, Nicaragua, Honduras. Okay.
Honduras.
Honduras. Okay. One question about the world and the innovation. You bet on made in Europe. I understand why, but we know that you are a very innovative company, and on the other side, Europe is not recognized, but is not recognized as very innovative in comparison to the United States, even Southeast Asia, and so on. Do you feel it, maybe?
No, that's totally wrong. Europe is really the leader in lighting. So it's not leader in many things, but lighting for sure is a leader. Maybe not in the quantity because it's China today, but in innovation and solution for sure it is.
Okay, super. Your global brand references are amazing. Is there any interesting story? How do you enter in Facebook, Ferrari, Rolex?
Well, this is connected usually with our subsidiary or with our partners, local partners. And for example, in Ireland, where are mainly the European new headquarters, there is a really very good partner and working together, and normally also the architects. So this kind of companies, they have already their own architect, and then they are doing locally. So the connection came with some new innovative solution, and that is always respected then to go on. Normally on such this kind of projects is also many times something specially done, adjusting to the space. So it's always a combination of many things.
What kind of skills and competences the creative employee in Interlighting must have? Because there is a lot of fashion there.
Yeah. So feeling for elegance, fashion. So reality we all need, but maybe in some segments of the company it's not so important. It's important in R&D, marketing, and sale. But if the production and the technology or other are not following all that, then it's impossible to create. So need to become the only way to think. So normally, I said in past, maybe it's already 15 years, when our first technical manager of factories, so he's already retired, but he said, I said in that time, so he was really careful on quality. So today are many other things important. And I said, it's no sense to speak about that. That's already the logic of the company. And he said, no, no, no. Every day is necessary to speak about that because the people immediately lose the memory. So also in this case, it's the same.
Okay. What will be the most important challenges for you in the company in the future? What do you expect?
The challenge is for sure to become number one is very difficult, like our Doncic, no? But in business, it's only gold medal, no? Doesn't exist the bronze and silver. But going on, that's a game. So if you look, if you run 100 meter and you are the fastest in the world, but immediately behind you is the second. And if you just turn the head back, you are already second, you are not anymore first. So you need to be focused non-stop on your direction. And this we are doing, so we are not me personally, then colleagues are looking. When we start to develop something new, innovative, then we already prepare many times already the prototype. And then other people are going to look maybe something similar with other. Because it's sometimes logical that innovative people are looking in the same direction. And maybe sometimes happens the key point of what the light we need, not the design. Logically, design is different. And what's the best is for sure to be on more continent. You know that the crises are usually on economic area, and is not connected with continents, but is connected with economic area, like Europe. There are two, European Union, and then Russia with several countries. So States and Canada one, South America, Africa one. But if you look today, Asia, there are 6. So it's Far East, Japan, Korea, and Taiwan. Then you have China for itself, India for itself, South Asia, South Pacific, South Asia, so many countries, big countries, then Middle East, and now also Turkey with several surroundings. So they are completely different. And the crisis, except 2008, was worldwide, but not in China. Why? Because all money was going in that time there, and the rest was without. So many companies bankrupt in that time, and but this is unique situation. Maybe 39 in or 34, what was in the crisis, big crisis, 1934. And looking today, there are many crises. Not because of war, because of economy, because of bank, because of anybody. I don't know from who. Like now COVID, we don't know from where it's coming. Looking today, materials are growing and there is not enough. So it's impossible. I was reading really last years a lot of macroeconomy, a lot of polyglots, but this is innovation also in that field. And but usually the crises are local. So if you consider 6 + 5 other economical regions, so usually is crisis only 1 or 2. And when we succeed to enter also on other continents seriously, and that's the reason we are developing everything very modular. So this will become very easy to make the factory in States the first. And then we will see or India or Southeast Asia, or maybe somewhere else. So this is reducing cost of development, because today is really expensive to do that, and also the marketing and the rest is the same cost. So, and less influence of local crisis, because countries having multinational companies being present on all these continents, usually they are not in trouble.
Mm-hmm. There are two questions from our participants. Mr. Yanes, it's possible now for you to, you're welcome to ask Mr. Furlan the question. Hello?
Hello, greetings,
Hello.
everyone. I'm here in Toronto, Canada, and part of my question you already answered on your strategies to reach new markets. So I'm happy to hear that you are thinking about setting up factories in different countries. But could you expand a little bit on your strategy to, let's say, if you want to set up business in Brazil, or if you want to set up business in Canada, grow your business in Canada, what would be the key things that you would be looking for in terms of your team, your corporate strategy, investment? So what is important for you to develop a new market?
Thank you.
Welcome.
So the strategy, and you mentioned just very big countries, about territory, but also about population, is even we made a subsidiary, for example, in the United States, huge country, is not that we are going to make the projects directly to the customer. So we are obliged to use the typical way of selling, that's rep, like agent in Europe, but they call rep. So they are usually very big organization. So they are not buying and selling, they are working for the principal with a commission, but they have a complete service. So that means doing solution and projects, doing marketing, visiting architects, lighting designer, solving technical questions. Normally, we are behind to help in that. And when this change is starting to run, then so in the end, the customer is always another company, or is construction company, or is installation company, electrical installation companies. Sometimes also investor, depends on the field. So the radius where really rep or even our subsidiary could work directly with the customers or architects and lighting designers is very limited to travel. And usually 2-hour travel is already too far. And so you need to focus on a certain market. And on the big market, it's better to test just one. For example, we are now working just in 4 states in the United States. Okay, we are already speaking with several other. And so it's no sense to go everywhere immediately, because anyway, you need to give the service in the beginning. And a lot of work.
Marino, we have another question from Sergio, Mr. Sergio Belch from Argentina. Are you planning some strategy to position Intra in South America market?
Yes, it's not a primary strategy, but Argentina for sure is something what I like. Maybe now it's a little in trouble, but for sure I like, because a big part of my grandfather and grandmother from both sides are left in between 20 and 35 this area, and went to Argentina, some in Chile, some in States. So there we have really a lot in family. People. But usually they are not speaking anymore Slovenian, just the older one. And it's a beautiful country, because they have a really top wine, which is from Malbec, from north of Mendoza. And then I love the meat from Argentina, really.
Okay,
Steaks
nice.
And
Only one
it's
serious
the best in the world.
Super. Only one serious question for the end. How can we strengthen cooperation between Slovenian entrepreneurs from Holland and diaspora, by your opinion?
I think that's really very good. So this is not easy because for any specialty in industry, so if we spoke about lighting, you really need to be understanding lighting. So it's not a business to do. So I know a few people and go. Because we try always to avoid that, and if we start also our customer distributors or our subsidiaries are always go slow, straight, but clever and clear message. So, but I believe, so in Brazil I got a contact, but then and was one Slovenian doing lighting in not in Rio de Janeiro, in Sao Paulo, but I never reached him. A little older than me, so this is important because so this is a way of business, because for sure there is understanding much better the culture of people, way of doing, because this is different. So the lighting is more or less the same, but way of doing is different. And you need to always to respect the local rule, always trying to change something, but carefully. So, for example, in the United States, we spoke also to test one market to make different. And they say, no way, we always do it that way. But this is not innovation, so you need to test, but not in our country. So, but normally clever with clear strategy. Yeah, I think it's good to be in contact, to try to do something together.
Super. 3 very short questions. Please answer in one sentence. You mentioned some cars and emotions and so on. What car do you drive?
I drive Mercedes S, but my next car is electric, that's for sure.
Okay, cool. Which wine is the best one?
So I mentioned before, worldwide for sure is Malbec from Mendoza. Okay. Is Zinfandel from California, from what's the name of the region? North of San Francisco, Napa Valley. That's a beautiful wine is from Italy, Nebbiolo and Barolo. If I go, then many other countries, but these are the most special. And Spain, not only Rioja, but Ribeira de Duero is even better, the Tempranillo.
You are really expert. Yeah.
I know red wine very well, and I'm a lover of that. During the summer, I drink spritzer, so this is not important which wine with mineral gas water. Just something is mixed and not heavy. But in our area, we have really amazing wines, and I think they can compete with anybody in the world, especially with white wines. And there are several amazing good wine producers. So if I select red wine, there are also few, like Muvia Velikardece, like Koncic, Carolina, and other. But for sure, in this moment, I prefer A+ from Goriška Brda. So this is really top of the top. Because also, always you need to look also the quality, the constancy, and also what I mentioned before. Also the price is important. Is real or is not?
Okay, the last one.
They are not cheap. Well.
The last question: how many days per year do you spend on golf courses?
Last year, 2 years, not much, and okay. I became really bad player. When we go to play with friends, at home I really don't have time, but we go to holiday, I'm always the last 2 years.
It will be better. Mr. Furlan,
I will work on.
Mr. Furlan, thank you very much for your excellent presentation and spending time today with us. Your presentation will be sent to all participants, so they are kindly invited also to watch the video of Interlighting as well. Would you like maybe to send any additional final message to our audience for the end of today's webinar?
Yeah, enjoy the holiday, end of Corona, enjoy maximum as possible. Good wine, good food, and take time.
Thank you. I would like also to thank all participants for attention and very interesting questions. Now I'm giving the floor back to Matea Prevost-Ciuchini. Matea, the final word is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Goran. Thank you, Mr. Furlan, for this impressive presentation, and congratulations for the admiring work you do. And we hope with these events we grew your network and that your work becomes even more recognizable. And we can help you also extend to South America. We are the address to contact us. And hope one day we have the opportunity to have a glass of great fully body red wine is your preference. From our organization, we would also like to thank you all for joining us from all over the world, despite the time zone difference. Thanks to special participants, Mr. Dr. Žigon from Government's Office from Slovenia and Abroad, President Mr. Cokan of Slovenia-Brazil Chamber of Commerce, and other partners worldwide, like from Klagenfurt to Austria, Canada, Brazil, from everywhere. With these webinars, we hope to get strong connection and hope to see you again on our next webinar. Stay well and goodbye, and have a lovely summer on this part. On the other part, have a nice winter. Bye-bye.